If you've been learning email marketing for your e-commerce store, you've probably heard the same flows over and over. Welcome flow, abandoned cart, abandoned checkout, browse abandonment, but almost nobody talks about one of the highest leverage flows inside of Klaviyo, the site abandonment flow. This single flow generates thousands each month from visitors who've otherwise never come back. Hi, I'm Nate and I run Klaviyo. My team has helped e-commerce brands generate over $200 million in email and SMS revenue, and the site abandonment is one of the biggest missed opportunities we see in Klaviyo accounts. In this video, I'm going to show you what the site abandonment is, why it works so well, and the 2 email strategy we use to bring cold visitors back to your site. Let's jump right in. The flow most brands miss. This is the site abandonment flow. Here are a couple of screenshots from within Klaviyo. You can see how much revenue this brings for some of our clients, and you want to set it up properly. So there's a lot of nuance here, so pay close attention. Luckily, I'm covering everything in this video, what it is, how to set it up, how to create it. We're going to look at a bunch of examples. So let's get started. First thing first, if you know me, if you watch my other videos, you know I love visuals and I'm a pretty visual learner. So this is what we're going to look at first is where does the site abandonment fits inside of your e-commerce journey. A new visitor lands on your homepage. They typically get the pop-up. Then if they sign up, they get the welcome series triggered. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my welcome series video. But then what happened if they actually come back to your homepage, right? Maybe they saw another Facebook ad, a retargeting ad. They click on it and they land on your homepage again after they got the pop-up and the welcome series. If they just land on your homepage and leave, that's exactly when the site abandonment will get triggered. These are a bit different. These obviously trigger in different actions that a visitor takes, right? So if they view a product and they leave, they'll get the browse abandoned. If they start checkout and they leave, they'll get the abandoned checkout. So each flow has its purpose. The site abandonment, just to keep it short and sweet, is when somebody lands on your homepage and bounces out. We'll look at this diagram quite a few times in this training, so let's move next. So now that we cover what is the site abandonment, why does it happen? In most cases, your visitor did not find something that caught their attention immediately, so your job is to re-engage with them and get them back to your site to explore what you offer. The goal is to send them an email, maybe 2, showcasing your products, your categories, your value, what makes you unique, and give them a reason to come back and browse further. How? Okay, that's the $1 million question. Make it fun, make it interactive. You want to have them click on anything inside of your site abandoned email so they just come back to the site. Now let's take a look at a few examples on how to create this strategy. So just keep in mind, this strategy should be simple, not aggressive. This is a lower intent audience. They haven't, let's say, added anything to cart. They haven't browsed anything. They just abandon your site. All right. So you don't need anything aggressive here. 1, maybe 2 email max to re-engage them effectively and to push them into action that then will later trigger another new flow. So going back here, if we have the site abandonment, right? Somebody landed on your homepage and left, you will get the site abandonment sent to them. The whole goal of the site abandonment is to send them an email that will later on will trigger another one of these flows. Let's see how they did it. No adventure left behind. You've got stories to tell, places to remember, so make sure you've got enough tokens to go around. Let's make sure no adventure, old or new, gets left behind. Start collecting now. Shop our bestsellers. So what do we see here is basically a bunch of products that are bestsellers. Why bestsellers? Because these are most likely will get the attention of somebody that just, landed on your site, right? Maybe they should see the bestsellers because not for nothing, they're bestsellers, all right? So you want to showcase bestsellers. What happened if I click here? I'll go see the product, or if I click here, I'll go see your category of bestsellers. Now, after doing this and leaving the site, if I leave a category or a product page, I will now get a more potent flow, which is the browse abandonment. Okay, so the whole goal of these emails is basically to have somebody click anything in the email. This will lead them to a category or product page, and this will later trigger another flow. So let's see email 2. Here we're going a bit more aggressive, not as aggressive, just giving them 20% off this email. Offer upgraded, get 20% off now. Travel light, say goodbye to dusty souvenir clutter and hello to minimalistic momentous. You can take with you anywhere you go. Take 20% off when you order today. Use code 20 off to get, 20% off a checkout. What are other clients saying, right? So a lot of testimonials, right? Again, the whole goal here, get 20% off. Collections, we just present products or collections. Again, if they click, they will go to the site, will view that collection or product. If they abandon that as well, they'll get your browse abandonment flow. Let's take a look at other examples as well. So the whole goal here is basically to make it fun, interactive. You can use also quizzes or personality-based product picks or anything fun and clickable. You can pretty much go wild, be creative. These are a few other examples. Let's see this grill company. We did what type of griller are you? Are you the guy that does briskets and big cuts or chicken wings and sausages? The burger master. So based on whatever you are, you click, it takes you to the product page, and now you're back on the site browsing a product. Here's another example. Let your ideal date help guide you, right? So are you barbecue all day, trip to the farmer's market, wine and cheese, please. You have me at ribeye, right? So all these, again, click here, match now. You go to the product page or the category page. So you can see how effective this is. High open rate, very good click rate for, some of these emails. Quick note before we keep going. If you want all these flows handled for your store by people who have done this for over 294 e-commerce brands and generated over $200 million in email and SMS marketing revenue, click the first link in the description and book a free Klaviyo audit call with my team. We'll go through your account, show you exactly what's broken, and put a detailed plan in place on how exactly we plan to build your email system for you. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out the link in the description. All right, back to the video now. So some of the non-negotiables when you're making these emails. First of all, send the first email quickly. Within 1 to 2 hours, you want to test this. You want to maybe try to do maybe 30 minutes. You want to build a flow with 2 to 4 emails max. 4 emails is in a very rare cases. I like to keep it 1 to 2. In most cases, because 4 is too much. Again, it's a person that didn't do anything. So you want to give him 1, maybe 2 email with like a special deal. But if needed, we see also sometimes 3 or 4 emails. Good in rare cases again. Focus on the product discovery and brand value. What makes the brand unique? What makes your product unique? As we saw in these examples, include strong visuals or categories to guide browsing. So now you want to take them into browsing products, not just like landing on the site. And add a light incentive or urgency if needed, not always required, as we did in the 20% off example. You want to also test a plain text email for a more personal touch. This will do less effective in most cases, but you can give it a shot and see if it works for you. Flow setup essentials. You want to allow a re-entry after a set time period. Recommend 14 to 30 days, and you want to capture repeat visitors who leave again. Okay, this is basically just a quick kind of setup requirement or setup essential if you want. These are the requirements. So here, in order to make sure that somebody that went ahead and browsed a product or added to cart or started a checkout, you want to exclude them with these flow filters right here. All right, these are deliverability flow filters, so you want to add them as well. If anybody bounced their email or marked you as spam or unsubscribed, you want to not send them any more emails. Sometimes you'd be surprised, even though Klaviyo is very smart, you want to add that as well just to be safe. Smart sending, essentially, the rules are do not send them if they're still in the welcome series, and you want to make sure to exclude anyone who received your welcome email in the last 24 hours. So this way you're not, since again, the flow is very high up, right? It's the same place that the welcome series triggers on the homepage. Site abandonment also trigger on the homepage. So you want to add a filter. So whomever just started your welcome series, they just landed on your site for the first time, they got the welcome series, they're not going to get the site abandoned and the browse abandoned and the welcome series, sorry. So these are the two you don't want to have together. And the goal again, re-engage cold visitor, guide them back to your site and turn missed sessions into real opportunities to convert. This is a step-by-step guide in Klaviyo, how to set it up A to Z. It's a 3-minute video, super simple. This is the trigger, active on site. All the trigger filters again. That subscribe to email marketing 0 time in the last 1 day matters a lot. These are quick launching emails. You usually do not want anyone receiving this flow who is already in your welcome flow. Again, just to iterate what I said earlier, this is exactly the condition, right? The flow filter that checks if they just landed on your site a day ago and started the welcome series. You don't want to send them both the site abandoned and the welcome series. Welcome series first. You want to make them your, let's say people who bought from you already before you start sending them site abandonment emails. All right. Otherwise, you'll be a little bit too spammy and it'll be over the top. So that's it for the site abandonment flow. This flow will help you recover sales from people who landed on your homepage and bounce. But what happened now once they add something to cart, browse around, or even start a checkout and never make a purchase? For that, you need different flows with all those different objectives to bring them back to your store and finish their sale. Each flow does a different job, and I've got deep dive videos coming up on this channel on every single one of these flows. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for the rest. In the meanwhile, if you haven't dialed in your welcome series, that'll be the first one I recommend fixing next. I made a full tutorial walking you through on how to build a highly converting welcome flow in about 20 minutes. Go ahead and check it out right in this link. All right, see you in the next one.